Pull up a chair. This is the Pattaya Red Pill Report. Dating in the West isn't romance, it's unpaid labor wrapped in candlelight and fake Instagram smiles. You're the clown in the circus, burning your time, money, and sanity, just to maybe get a kiss on the cheek from a woman who thinks she's the prize. Here's the ugly truth: the dating game in the West is a scam. It bleeds men dry, not just their wallets, but their dignity, their energy, and their time, the one currency you never get back. And the higher you climb as a man, the worse the scam gets. Because when you're working 60 to 80 hours a week, pulling in serious money, why the hell would you waste your one free evening listening to a girl ramble about her yoga class? That's not romance. That's a job interview where you bring the resume, you pay for dinner, and you thank her afterward for wasting your night. This is the side of dating no one talks about. And once you see it clearly, you'll understand why more and more men, especially successful men, are walking away from the traditional Western script altogether. But before we break it down, smash that subscribe button, drop a like if you're tired of getting fleeced, and share this with a man who still thinks dating is free. All right, let's tear this scam apart. The illusion of free dating. Women love to say, dating is free. Just take me out. Just get to know me. It's not all about sex. Bullshit. Dating is never free. It's a slow bleed where men are the ATM, the entertainer, and the emotional sponge rolled into one. Let's lay it out. Step 1. You chase. Apps, DMs, bars, burning hours just trying to get her attention. Step 2. You play therapist. Endless texting, validating her little insecurities, making her feel safe. Step 3. You plan the evening, pick the spot, and pay every tab like you're her tour guide to life. And what do you get for all that effort? Maybe a hug and a let's do this again sometime, which is girl code for thanks for dinner, loser. They call it a date. I call it unpaid labor, because the man's the one doing all the heavy lifting, the logistics, the charm, the attention, the money. The woman just shows up in clothes she bought with someone else's money and acts like she's gracing you with her presence. That's not equality, that's a con. Here's the kicker. If you actually sit down and tally it up, that free date can easily run you hundreds in cash and dozens of hours of your life. And the outcome isn't even guaranteed. You're not buying dinner, you're buying lottery tickets, and most don't pay out. So when a man says fuck this, he's not bitter, he's just wising up to the hustle. The time versus money equation. Money you can always make back. Time, once it's gone forever. That's why the Western dating game is such a sick joke. It's men burning the one thing they can't replace for the faint hope of a blowjob. Let's use the $1,300 an hour lawyer example. This guy blocks off an evening for a date. An hour getting ready, driving, and waiting around. 2 or 3 hours sitting across from some girl pretending to be interested. Another hour dragging his ass home afterward. That's 5 hours of his life, $6.5 grand down the drain, just to maybe hear, I'm not ready for anything serious. $6 grand to find out you were just her entertainment budget for the night. And before you laugh and say, well, I'm not a lawyer, I don't make that much, guess what? The math still screws you. Even if you're making $25 an hour, a single date eats up a full day's wages once you count prep, planning, and playing her texting games. You're working overtime to audition for the privilege of buying dessert. Here's the punchline. When women say they just want your time, they're dead serious, because your time is worth more than your wallet. Cash refills, time doesn't. And deep down, they know every hour you waste on them is an hour you'll never get back. So ask yourself, what's dumber? Dropping 3,000 baht on a guaranteed night of fun, or flushing entire evenings down the toilet hoping Karen from Tinder decides you're worthy of holding her hand? At least the bar girl doesn't lie about the transaction. Emotional labor, the hidden male burden. Women love to whine about emotional labor. It's so exhausting listening to him, supporting him, managing his feelings. Yeah, try being a man in the dating market. The entire fucking thing is emotional labor, and men do it for free. Think about it. You have to be charming on cue, like a circus monkey. You have to crack jokes on demand, like you're auditioning for Netflix. You have to listen to her drone on about her toxic coworker like it's classified intelligence. And you have to do all of it while pretending you actually give a shit. That's not romance, that's customer service. And here's the kicker. You can't let her see you're working. If she even sniffs that your attention's calculated, that your charm is rehearsed, or that you rather be home gaming with your buddies, it's over. Game canceled. No sex. So men are out here running a full-time improv act while picking up every tab. All so the woman can feel like she just clicked with you. It's not clicking, sweetheart. It's rehearsed emotional labor, and men are doing it by the ton. Meanwhile, women sit back thinking they're the prize because they showed up with mascara and a new dress. Newsflash, it takes more effort to order a pizza than most women put into a date. So, when guys finally wise up and outsource the whole performance, when they'd rather hand over some cash than play this endless improv game, it's not weakness, it's efficiency. Why juggle flaming swords for free when you can just buy the circus ticket and skip to the fun part? Why high value men bail out? Look, none of this should surprise you. The richer, busier, and more successful a man gets, the less patience he has for the bullshit. If you're pulling serious money, your free time is rarer than gold. You don't want to waste it playing therapist to a Tinder date who thinks she's the next Kim Kardashian. You don't want to sit through 3 getting to know you dinners when you could be closing deals, hitting the gym, or actually enjoying your life. So, what do high value men do? They stop auditioning, they stop begging, they stop pretending they enjoy the circus. Instead, they take the shortcut, they pay for clarity. They'd rather drop a stack for exactly what they want than piss away entire weekends for a maybe. That's not desperation. That's efficiency. That's ROI. Because the higher a man climbs, the more brutal the math gets. For a guy billing $1,300 an hour, chasing a flaky date costs him $5,000. For a guy making average wages, it's still a full day's grind for a hug and a smile. Either way, men pay, one with money, the other with time, and smart men know which one you can't ever get back. If you've been nodding your head through this, do me a favor. Hit the like button, drop a comment, and share this video with someone who still thinks dating in the West is free. And if you want to keep this channel alive, support the work, links are in the description. Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal, Cash App. Every dollar helps me keep tearing this shit apart without sugarcoating it. All right, let's bring this home. Western dating isn't love, it's a scam. Men bleed money, waste time, and grind themselves into the dirt chasing validation from women who bring nothing but attitude. And the richer you get, the uglier it gets. Once your time is worth real money, every date costs you thousands of dollars, hours you'll never get back, and just a little more self-respect chipped away. That's why smart men stop playing. That's why high-value men pay for clarity instead of chaos. And here's the part nobody back home wants to hear. Why blow a fortune on Western escorts when that same cash can buy you 2 weeks in Pattaya? You tell me what's smarter. One miserable weekend entertaining an overweight, overworked land whale who thinks she's doing you a favor? Or 2 weeks in paradise surrounded by stunning women who compete for your attention and don't hide the fact that it's a transaction? One is misery, the other is memories. One drains you, the other fills you. So, when a man chooses Pattaya over playing the Western dating circus, that's not weakness. It's efficiency. It's freedom. If the truth hurts, good. That means you're still alive. I'm Josh, and this was your Pattaya Red Pill Report. See you next round.